Hello, everybody, and welcome to Chat from a Hat. I am your host, Josh Brown, along with my co-host,
Caleb Luther.
And Caleb, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. Started the day a little tired. Kind of a long day, but I'm good now. I'm good to go for this podcast. I think I'm energetic about today's topic, and it should be a really fun one, a unique one at that.
Well, Caleb, we're going to catch up here. How was your birthday? You celebrated your birthday on Friday.
Yeah, I didn't do anything. If I'm being perfectly honest, I didn't do.
Fascinating.
I went to work that morning, came home, didn't do much anything. Finished the night watching Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Which was your favorite movie of last year.
Yes, I wanted to wheel it to victory this past weekend at the Critics' Choice.
And that
worked.
And that happened. Yeah, that did happen. We watched The Whale today as well. That was depressing. I mean, there's no other way to describe it. Depressing.
Yeah, we just literally kind of got back from The Whale. Watched it this afternoon. And what did you think of The Whale, Josh?
I just told you it was depressing.
No, that doesn't tell me.
It was depressing.
It doesn't tell me your exact thoughts. That's just the mood of the movie. It is by default a depressing movie.
I mean, it was fine.
I liked it. Yeah,
I liked it. I did like it.
I did like it.
I think it was shot well.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it all takes place in one apartment.
Just like Mother.
Just
Darren Aronofsky's movie Mother.
We don't talk about Mother.
Same exact movie, like same exact themes and everything. It is a little more religious heavy than I anticipated. Right?
Yeah,
they don't put that in the advertisement, probably for good reasons.
Yeah,
probably for good reasons. Don't put that in the advertisement.
The only problem that we had today was moviegoers, like we seem to have anymore whenever we go to movies.
Yeah, theater etiquette is a son of
COVID
a gun,
killed
right?
it. COVID killed movie etiquette.
If I'm being perfectly honest with you, it was bad before that.
It was bad before, but it's been worse
It gives
lately.
it gives me false hope because I think the last several movies we've been to has been solid. So whenever this came in and there was only like 8 people in the theater, I'm like, oh, maybe I have a solid crowd. But the second that you see people coming into the theater 20 minutes into the movie, you're gonna have a bad time. I think.
Absolutely.
And honestly, it
took you out
I
of
hate
the
to
movie
say it because someone who likes to be totally absorbed by what they're watching. It took me out. Which leaves me kind of a bad judge of character for this movie, I think.
Well, hopefully, I'm going to go watch it again, even though it is super depressing, and you leave it feeling. Oh, I mean, there's no other way to.
Hey, I didn't love the movie, and there's stuff that, especially at the very end, that I didn't like. But I'm rooting for Brendan Fraser to win that Oscar. If he doesn't, I hope Colin Farrell wins it to carry over from last week. Anybody but Austin Butler.
Well, Caleb, last week we talked about the toys that made us, and we got a lot of feedback on that episode of different.
Yeah, even before the episode came out. Yeah.
So what I was going to do is I was going to take a moment here and read some of these comments that we got, because a lot of people gave us a lot of comments of things that they played with growing up. Let me see here. Let me see what we've got here. So we have got, let's see. Nancy actually commented and said an easy bake oven easily made her the little baker that she is today. So that's
Nancy
completely, totally my wife, Nancy.
Okay. Jesus. I think I know her. Yeah.
Okay. Tyler Kinzer said he had a Build-A-Bear collection. His favorite monkey was named Jim, as in Jungle Jim.
Build-A-Bear, so you must be a little younger because Build-A-Bear was a big thing, like maybe... No, that wasn't in our era, right?
No, it's
a little later, maybe 2000s. Yeah.
Our friend Talise said she had a Cookie Monster plush that she has passed on to her child. That's really cool. Let's see. Our friend Roger said he had old school Transformers. He-Man, Voltron, G.I. Joe. He has so many to think of that he can't right off the top of his head. Those are the ones.
I know those words.
Erica Kitchen, who actually gave us the idea for that particular topic, said that she had Tamagotchis and, let's see, taught me that she never wanted kids, and that she had Bratz and Mycene dolls, which turned into a whole big, humongous thing.
Don't look now, but Tamagotchis are back in.
They actually are.
I got my niece, she requested it.
Yeah, a lot of people are really into those now.
Yeah.
Again. And
everything comes back.
Yes. And Michael Dameron, who owns Atomic Comics, which you need to check them out on Facebook. They have a lot of really cool stuff.
A lot of cool memorabilia,
absolutely.
pop culture stuff. Yeah.
You can message them, and I guess they're not a sponsor, but but they can be.
They're just good friends with a great business.
They're good friends of ours, and you need to go check them out on their Facebook and all that stuff for things. But he said that he had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, My Pet Monster, an American Tail plush, Star Wars, Spider-Man. He just went on and on and on. And then Steve said that Steve Wandling talked about Ghostbusters and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That seemed to be kind of an occurring theme there for a lot of people. But we had a lot of feedback on that, and we really appreciated all that feedback because there's just so many that we could have talked about, but that's just a few of them anyway.
Well, yeah, it was an episode that begged to be interactive.
Absolutely.
With fans and friends. So yeah, it was a fun one.
Absolutely.
Still my favorite episode. Even counting this one that we haven't even filmed completely yet.
Well, I will say that we do appreciate all the feedback and everybody listening. You can still interact with that. Who knows? We may bring that topic back up again at some point. Just to
20 years from now.
20 years from now, when we're
things are
old and gray and the toys that made our adulthood, I guess. Yeah. Well, Caleb, it's time for the TV show draft.
It is.
It is time for the TV show draft. Now, the parameters that we...
Jumping into it this quick?
We're jumping into it this quick.
We're
6 minutes into this episode, and we're already going to jump into this week.
Okay.
So, the parameters that we sat in the car on the way to the theater, because we didn't really discuss it that much.
I was blindsided by these parameters.
The parameters are it has to have at least one season of television. Miniseries can count. Mm-hmm. Documentaries do not count. We said that.
Did we?
We did say documentaries.
Okay. Yeah.
We said documentaries don't count, and sports shows do not count.
What do you classify as sports shows? Like, what is that? Like what?
Like recurring sports shows.
Not like a scripted sports show.
No, like Monday Night Football, NBA, that sort of stuff.
Yeah, those are just sports. I wouldn't even classify them as shows.
Okay.
So yeah.
And there goes one of my picks, like I said. So
Josh was just aching to have Monday Night Football on his list.
I was aching to have Monday Night Raw on there. Is what I was aching for. That's a lie. That's a lie. All right, so Caleb, we're doing 15 picks apiece. That's a total of 30 shows.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, I just found this out today while we were exchanging messages trying to figure out how the exact rules. But apparently one of the rules is that we didn't have to have seen the show.
No.
I didn't know that before today.
Because it would be a completely unfair advantage.
Why would it be unfair, Josh?
Because I don't watch a lot of television compared to you. I have something called a life.
And here was my wager to that. I was going to say, you know what? I'm still going to pick shows that I've seen until I get to the last few rounds where I'm going to
That's totally fine.
Stuff.
Totally fine.
Who knows what my brain is going to do during this? I might just be like, I might start off sticking to my guns. Then I'm like, you know what? Nah, I got to win this.
Well, the thing that you have to think about too is I may steal some shows out from under you.
You know what?
Good luck. It's possible.
Good luck.
Oh, trust me, because I know a lot of shows that you've watched and you love that I know are critic and people darlings that I may take from under you.
Well, I'm not going to steal any of your shows because I think that they suck. Booyah!
Please note that all this trash talk when you start to vote. So, yes, anyway, so what we're going to do is, and how this is going to work, we're going to have no say-so on who has the best draft roster. Mm-hmm. We're going to put them up on our Facebook pages. People are going to vote on those, and they're going to decide who had the better 15 shows.
You know what I could do also? I could put it on my TikTok page, and
sure,
get a lot of votes there.
Maybe
or none. TikTok's so weird. The algorithm on TikTok is so bizarre.
Well, Caleb, I've got a quarter. I'm going to flip it. You're going to call it.
You want me to call it?
You're going to call it.
Okay. Tails.
Ooh, it's heads. Oh, I get to go first. Oh, all right.
Okay. Rest in peace, people's ears on that one.
Oh, we'll take it out. We're still new to this, folks. All right. Ooh, what do I want as the first pick? Ooh, the first pick, Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Doesn't need an explanation as to why I picked it. It's one of the greatest TV shows of all time, Breaking Bad.
That was never going to be my first pick anyway, so joke is on you.
Caleb's number one pick.
Was it going to be my second pick? Maybe.
Caleb's number one pick, The Sopranos.
So you you don't want to say anything about Breaking Bad? You're just like, it's Breaking Bad. That's the one.
That's all you have to say. It's Breaking Bad.
Would you say that Breaking Bad is your favorite show
of
all time?
No.
Would you say it's the best show that you've seen of all time?
The way that it's made and the way that it's filmed and the overall story arc, yes, I would say that it's probably one of at least top 5 best TV shows I've ever seen in my life.
But not necessarily the best.
It's not my favorite, but I would say it's close.
Right,
I mean, it's close to perfect television. There's only like 1 or 2 episodes where you're kind of like, we're straying off, but they're still enjoyable.
Okay,
a lot of people hate the Fly episode, but you and I love that show, or we love that episode. I think it's a perfectly cast, perfectly good show.
Okay. The reason why I ask you if you thought it was the best show, because I feel confident of my number 1 is the best show, and it is The Sopranos.
Of course it is.
I'm so glad that I watched The Sopranos. Like, you know what? I don't like to thank the pandemic for a lot of things, but the pandemic got me into The Sopranos, and I binged that. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've missed out 20 years on this. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Amazing.
You watched it with us.
I've watched it several times.
Yeah.
I watched it by myself, watched it with my parents, watched it with you all.
Yeah.
And it's just it's such a dense show. There's so much in it. So many characters, so many terrible people, but you get more out of it on every rewatch. I think it is the best show. It's not my personal favorite show, but I think it is the best show, and that's why it's my number 1. I think the people, it's not as pop culture-y or as like popular as Breaking Bad probably, but I think maybe it'll catch on. I think TikTok culture is really helping The Sopranos.
Well, the thing
with impersonations and stuff like that.
Again, though, too, it's also a product of its time. Breaking Bad was right when social media and stuff was really at a peak with a lot of things. If social media and stuff had been around when The Sopranos were out.
It definitely helps now that more people have like HBO Max. And
sure.
People can stream it. And
sure.
Yeah. That's my number 1 pick.
All right. So.
What's your number 2 pick?
Ooh. What do I want? Let's see.
Are you going to sell out this early, or are you going to stick to your horse?
God. The Office.
Okay, so you are selling out.
I like The Office.
Yeah, I know, but number 2, Josh.
The Office.
For shame. You know what? Facebook. I'm gonna lose this. I'm gonna lose this so hard because the people there's like, oh yeah, let's just forget about those few seasons there at the end. Let's forget about those.
I don't forget about those, but I think the other. And to be honest with you, I've only watched a few episodes of those other seasons, but I think seasons 2 through like 6 are like perfect. They're great.
I think seasons 2 through 4 are perfect. I think 5 and 6 are good. 7 is good. 8 is awful, actually. And 9 is very mixed.
Yeah.
Until the end.
Until the end.
Now, and this is
the end episode makes up for a lot of stuff.
I actually love The Office. I love The Office. It's probably my second favorite sitcom. So, but yeah, good sellout pick, Josh, to try and beat me. Gosh,
it's got nothing to do with that. I like the show.
I'm gonna continue to stick to my guns early on here, and I'm going with The Wire.
I knew that's what. Yeah.
So far, I have the 2 greatest shows of all time.
The Wire was going to be number 3 for me.
So far, I definitely
if it would have went past that far.
Objectively, so I have the 2 greatest shows of all time on the list, but I'm 100% not going to win this, just based off.
You don't know.
I don't think I'm unless people have gotten really cool here lately, and it was like, I'm going to watch The Wire, and I'll be like, oh, this is boring after 6 episodes. No, I love The Wire. The Wire is similar to The Sopranos, like actually more so dense with just everything imaginable. Every season follows like sort of a different subject.
Sure.
And it covers all that amazingly and heartbreakingly so, but very truthful and raw. Like deaths aren't like dramatic. They just happen.
Sure.
So whenever it happens, like, oh my God, like, well, that just happened and we're not making a big deal out of it. Yeah, that was my number 2. I you know what? In some ways, I think it is the greatest show of all time, but I know The Sopranos has a little bit more appeal to it, so...
And that's why you took it.
I'm so glad that I got both of them just for my own ego. I'm glad I got both of those shows.
All right, so
and if I'm able to get this next one,
oh God.
What's it gonna be?
Do I want to cut his throat early, or do I want to make it later?
I think he's gonna. Right.
The Leftovers.
Yeah.
The only reason why is because I do legitimately love that show too.
See, you went with a big sellout pick, then you went with a pick that's definitely going to hurt you, but I respect it because The Leftovers is my favorite show of all time.
It's
My favorite show.
3 absolutely perfect seasons. I mean,
it's a very bizarre and a very heart-wrenching and depressing show.
Absolutely.
But I think it's very a lot of its messaging, I think, hopeful in the long run. Even though you got to get through a lot of like tragedy.
I was really hoping that would be like later in the draft, but I knew
there was no way.
I knew you would pick it probably 3 or 4.
I contemplated 1, but I was like, I'm never going to win if I picked that as my first pick. But that was 100% going to be my next pick.
Sure.
So I'm glad you stole it from me.
I legitimately love that show. I can't say anything
this
bad
next
about it.
pick, I don't know, like the way that people talk about the show. I think this is another sort of product of the pandemic, maybe that this show has picked up a lot of steam, and I'm so glad because I love this show. Mm-hmm. It is my favorite sitcom of all time, and you know what? We are getting a movie this year, and it is Community. Is my third pick of the draft. Community. This show is really. Honestly, out of my 3 picks, this might be the most popular pick out of the ones that I've got so far. Which is funny because it was not popular when it aired. Yeah. I love that show. I'm glad we're getting a movie, and I hope, yet again, I hope that the people voting are remaining cool about this.
Well, what you can't see is Caleb is like pointing at Nancy, like, I'm taking Community, it's mine.
I'm taking it.
Ah! Da, 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 da.
You dropped that. Did we say that Nancy's in here with us?
No, we didn't, but now we are, because I just said that you were pointing at her.
Yeah, Josh's wife is jotting down all of our picks here.
Yeah, because I can only do so much
so
right
we have
now.
an in-studio audience today.
Yes.
I was just going to be a silent partner, but...
Not anymore.
Not anymore. You better throw your input in. Welcome to the show.
You heard it here first.
So,
what's Nancy's pick?
Nancy, your pick?
So that was third. We're in the 4th round.
We're in the 4th round.
Did we tell the people we're doing 15 rounds?
Yes, I did say 15.
Because I did not pay attention to you at all when you was talking. I was thinking in my head, like, what am I going to pick? I was thinking about what I'm going to pick.
It's time to slice the throat. Even harder.
Really?
Even harder.
Don't do it, Josh.
Ooh!
Don't do it.
The only season of this show that sucked was season 8, Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay. See, this one I didn't have on my list at the beginning. Then I realized, he's like, you know what?
I am playing to win.
I realized that I need to probably put this on here. So I had that around 9 or 10 on my list. So I was never going to pick it.
I'm playing to win.
I was never going to pick it in the first 5. Just was never going to happen.
Listen, here's how this. I'll go ahead and let you in on a little secret of how the war room in my mind is going. I'm taking 2 picks that I know people will like, and then a personal pick. And then 2 more picks, and then a personal pick.
I'm picking a bunch of personal picks.
I know you are.
Because they're all bangers. I mean,
they are good so far.
Whenever you just got a bunch of bangers on your list, you got to go with them.
Here's the thing. We are literally getting ready to make 8 picks right here, and all of these shows are pretty good shows. Pretty good or great.
Yeah, I think The Office might make the case as the worst one.
I would agree.
Even though I like it more than Game of Thrones, Game of Thrones at its peak is undeniable.
The thing about The Wire is, if we can go back real quick, is that I've always wanted to watch The Wire, and we did start The Wire.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah. But it's a show that I will go back and watch at some point. Maybe that will be the next thing that we do.
Hopefully, yeah. Game of Thrones. Yeah, have you seen Game of Thrones?
I have seen up to the 3rd season.
Okay, so
I think
season 3 and 4 are the best seasons.
Yeah,
they are amazing. Yeah. So I recommend that. Then just stop.
Nancy's seen. You've seen all the way to what? Season 7?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think the only season she didn't watch was the final.
I would dare to say that every season of Game of Thrones is good. But 8 is. I'd say after
story choices.
I think after episode 3, season 8 really drops off like big time, and I'm just like, did not like that ending. Did not like it. So, but I understand the pick. It's still a fan favorite. Maybe people have forgotten about how it screwed the pooch at the end. So maybe House of Dragon. Maybe people have got House of Dragon on their brain. They're like, he's got Game of Thrones on his list. So it's worth thinking, Josh. You probably didn't think about that, but I did.
Actually, I did, because I was wondering if that was going to count in with Game of Thrones or not.
So we're in what round are we in?
You are on your 4th pick.
Ooh, 4th pick.
4th pick.
Oh gosh, I don't know. It's between 2 choices. I know what the better choice is. You know what?
What's the probability that I'll pick one of those 2 choices, though?
I don't know. Okay. I don't know. I don't know what you'll pick. I really don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know.
Sorry.
One of these shows I might have on my radar a little higher, but I don't know. But I'm gonna stick to my guns because I think this is one of the greatest shows of all time.
Okay.
And it was finally rewarded last night at the Critics' Choice Awards when it won Best Drama, Best Actor, and Best Supporting Actor. Giancarlo Esposito won Best Supporting Actor.
Really?
And that is
good for them.
Better Call Saul. So you got Breaking Bad, but I got Better Call Saul. I'd make the argument that Better Call Saul is just as good, if not better, than Breaking Bad.
Well, I tell you
it's
what.
more complex. It looks better.
I tell you what.
It's just there's a lot more to unpack with.
We are watching through Breaking Bad right now. This is little insider information. We're watching through Breaking Bad. We're going to watch Better Call Saul. Who knows? We may pull the topic out of the hat of Breaking Bad versus Better Call Saul, and we can just talk about both.
Better Call Saul is such an odd one because you hear people talking about how great it is. But I think if you watch the first couple seasons, you won't see that. It's just it's a really solid show with really interesting characters, and it's almost like a dark comedy. But at some point, it really picks up, and it's like, oh, I see where all this is going, and all this is leading to, and it really does change the way that you view Breaking Bad. Whenever we were rewatching Breaking Bad, certain things would pop up, and I just looked at it and just had like smirk and laugh, like, oh, that's funny because Better Call Saul really changed how I viewed that. All right, round 5. Man, we have gotten the bangers out of the way, haven't we? I mean, we've gotten. I mean, not all the bangers. Oh,
yeah, we've still got some 1-2 punches here.
If we're doing this right, all 15 picks of ours should be bangers. I mean, we shouldn't be like reaching for stuff around 15.
No,
there's so many great shows, and we are
no.
constantly in the golden era of television. So, yeah. Round 5. Here we go. It's gonna be your you got a 1 minute warning, Josh. It's like the NBA draft. Josh is contemplating so hard.
I'm gonna take. You'll never take it.
Oh, thank God.
So I'm gonna leave that. No, I'm just gonna leave that one. So
you son of a gun.
I'm going to take a show that you and I have watched over the span of the pandemic off and on. I'm going to take The Boys.
Okay. Interesting.
I'm going to take The Boys because I really liked that show. I love
The Boys.
Yeah.
The Boys is one of my favorite modern shows.
Yeah.
I think every season's gotten better.
Did I take it a little high?
Yes, you did.
But I know that
took it a little high.
I did take it high.
That's
how strong I am about people liking that show because I really like it.
You took it because you were like, oh, Caleb's going to take that in round 8.
Probably. But no, I legitimately like
Let me see where I had
The Boys a lot.
I had that at 11 on my. So
really?
Not that far
low?
Off. I mean, I really like that show a lot.
I mean, I know you do. I know.
No, it wouldn't be my top 10 shows of all time, though. No, it just there's too many great things.
I agree.
I think The Boys is my favorite comic book property or adaptation ever of all time. And I'm counting every movie. I'm counting every show. I just think it's amazing. It covers really serious topics while also making me laugh a lot. And I think that's been a big problem of Marvel's is that they've had a hard time covering the serious topics while just throwing jokes at you. I think The Boys does it pitch perfect. Amazing.
Sure.
So I don't hate that.
Thank you for making my argument for me. So
I love that show. I would that would not have been my next pick, but hey, there you go. So this is my 5th pick, right?
Yes.
This is actually very easy for me. This next pick, I'm just thankful that it's around because I actually have it at. Where do I have it? I have it as 8 on my list here because you stole a few from me. I have it at 8 because it's a show that, if I'm not mistaken, the longest running American sitcom of all time, and it's still going. It is still going strong and always funny because it's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I was debating between that one and The Boys.
I was really hoping you wasn't going to take It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
Because because the fan base is strong. I know it's still, for some reason, still sort of a niche comedy, but man, 15 seasons speaks for itself. And I think season for season, it is the funniest sitcom of all time. Not that I still think Community and The Office bring more to the table because they do have some deeply emotional moments, and It's Always Sunny has characters that are sociopaths, and you don't necessarily care about them. But as far as humor goes, funniest show of all time, and I think the people will recognize that when the people vote.
Okay.
The people's choice is for Charlie and Dennis and
Dee
Mac and Dee and round 6. The sigh of
I hate you.
The sigh of death.
That one.
You hate me.
Yeah.
You know how much I love that show.
I hate you for taking that.
I literally watch their podcast every Monday when it comes out.
Well, thanks for watching our podcast. I appreciate that.
Well, it's hard to watch, Josh. It's all ears.
I know it's hard to watch. I know. So listen, I had these in order of how I was going to pick them if I was able to draft all of them, but my draft orders just went completely out the window.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little frantic here. I might just like start mixing it up with mine. You're like going down, like, oh, I'm going to go down to my 20.
So I'm going to. What do I have over there? Let's see.
Let's take a look at the list.
Yeah, let's take a look. So we're 5 rounds in. Nancy, what do we have?
Do you want me to recap for you?
Sure.
Okay. Josh's first 5 are Breaking Bad, The Office, The Leftovers, Game of Thrones, and The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
And Caleb's first 5 are Sopranos, The Wire, Community, Better Call Saul, and Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That's a close one.
I don't know how much of that anybody heard, but we're going to go with that. So rewind.
We'll see. I guess we'll see.
We'll see when we get there. So we're on number 6.
Mm-hmm. And now I get the pick. Just kidding. Snake draft, Bob.
Snake draft. Yeah, the first 5 picks are normal, and then snake draft the rest.
Okay.
I'm going to take Parks and Recreation.
That was next on mine.
I'm going to take Parks and Recreation just for the simple fact that, honestly, this show appeals to people that just really like silly comedy because the show is silly, and I love it. But it does have a lot of heart into it as well because Leslie Knope cares for so much in that show.
Yeah, it's a great show.
It is very good, and they're complex characters. They're complex characters to just do silliness. You mean to tell me Ron Swanson isn't complex?
Not that
He has
much.
a pyramid, for God's sake.
He's not that complex.
Well,
I think The Office is a little bit more complex.
Sure.
I'll stick to that till the day I die. And you know what? You got both of them, so screw you. No,
that's my 6.
So that was going to be one of my next ones, I believe. So now I got to adjust. I've got to rethink. I've got to think about my life because I have some ones here that I know good and well are absolute bangers, but I don't know. Now, I don't know if they'll win me this thing.
Caleb Luther has to think of every single TV show he's ever watched before he makes his next pick.
Exactly. Do I sell out early? Is the real question. Do I start to sell out now?
Buddy, I'd start selling out because I think mine's pretty stacked right now.
Yeah. I'll start with the sellout. Then I'll slide in some ones that I really, really care about.
Well, that's what I've done.
It's not like I don't care about this one. This next one is also a great sitcom that it's just not my favorite. It might be top 5.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. Maybe 6 or 7. I'm going with Schitt's Creek.
Oh my God! I forgot about Schitt's Creek.
I'm going with that because it's such a well beloved show. Every season was good. Season 1 was the worst season, but even that was good, and it was just very consistent. Very consistent.
How did I forget about that?
I
read you my list. How did I forget that?
That was my sellout pick because it's so wholesome. I decided to go with that over like the gritty show that only had 3 seasons that nobody watched.
All right, fine.
Yeah,
fine.
That's what you get for.
You want to talk about it?
That's what you get for stealing Parks and Recreation from me.
Well,
you get fork stabbed. That's an It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia reference, which I got that. I got that on my list. So take that. What's next? Round 7?
I'm just gonna go ahead and put the dagger in him right now. The dagger. Stranger Things.
You know what? I just don't care.
Stranger Things.
I had it on my list. Later.
Stranger Things.
But that would have been the biggest sellout pick for me because you know what? I'm not even crazy about Stranger Things.
Okay, in my defense, I do like Stranger Things more than you.
You do, and I do, and I do like Stranger Things. I watch it every year. It's an event because everybody watches it, and it's always going to look amazing. It's going to be exciting. But as far as storytelling and characters go,
that season 3 is not that good.
Season 3, what was that one?
Oh God,
I thought season 3 was better than season 4. Season 4 might have been the worst season.
I don't think so.
Season 4 was the newest one, right?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm always just going to like season 1 the most, maybe.
Oh, season 1 is perfect.
Yeah,
perfect.
I remember when I watched season 1, I thought it was a limited series. Mm-hmm. I was like, that was a really good 8 episodes of television. Yeah. Then it's the most popular show ever. I guess we got to make more seasons. And they've done a good job for the most part. But I was never going to pick that early on. It was always if Josh had forgot about it, I was going to try and steal it in round 13.
Buddy, I ain't forgetting nothing.
Yeah, so Josh,
I ain't forgetting nothing.
Josh has just been consistently selling out through his entire.
No, I haven't.
No, you haven't.
I've picked shows I legitimately watched and liked.
But you do have Game of Thrones and Stranger Things, so you know.
I'm Caleb. I'm just mad that I'm gonna get stomped because I'm the TV show guy,
Hey,
quote unquote TV show guy.
To quote Omar from The Wire, a man's got to have a code. Okay, and that's my code. I'm trying to pick the artistic, quote unquote artistic choices. How many times did I sell? Oh, no, wait, the Schitt's Creek was kind of a sellout. Okay, what do I have next?
The Sopranos was kind of a sellout too.
No,
okay.
no, it was not. That's the greatest show of all time, sir. Thank you very much. So we're in round 7.
7.
Ooh, gosh.
Your pick of round 7.
I could steal one from you here.
Go ahead.
Steal it. But I feel really bad about it because
it.
it is not one of my favorite shows.
Steal it.
I don't want.
I don't care. Steal it.
I don't think I want to because if I'm thinking about the demographic of people that's going to be voting for this, I don't know if it'll help my case that much. I just know it'll make you mad that I stole it from you.
I don't think you will. I don't think I will. Go ahead.
What?
Steal it.
I don't want it. Like, I don't think. I truly don't think that I want it.
Steal it.
I don't want it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm gonna put. Oh God, I don't know. Wow, there's some
harder than he thought it was going to be. Ain't
gosh,
it? Harder than he thought it was going to be.
I don't want to miss something here. You know, I'm gonna go with. You know what?
Steal it.
Steal it. I just don't think it'll help my case if I do steal it. Okay. So I'm gonna go with in round 7. You know what? BoJack Horseman. Going for it. Just BoJack Horseman. I don't know if it'll help me, but I love that show so much, and it's
got a following.
Oh, it has a major following.
Yeah,
and it had several seasons.
Yeah.
Is this the first animated show we have on here? BoJack Horseman.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that you know what that one may hurt me in the long run, but I think it does have a following, and the people that watch it know that show was honestly just as emotionally complex as any of those top shows we have. Just because it's animals talking and animals having affairs with humans, like it's a great show, and I recommend it to everyone and anyone if you're into that kind of thing.
Now we're back to the whole.
My draft is ruined.
Do I want something or you know what? I tell you what, I will pick a show that since you picked BoJack Horseman and that's a show, then I want this to be competitive. I don't want it to be, one-sided affair here. So I'm going to take a show. That probably a lot of people have not seen, but it is honestly one of my favorite television shows of all time. It come on FX, and it's a show called Nip Tuck.
Okay.
I loved this show when it was out. I was in middle school when it came out, and I'm probably a middle school student. Shouldn't have been watching this show at 10 o'clock on FX, but
it was gruesome, right?
It was very gruesome.
Yeah.
I feel that show really kick-started the whole FX, being able to do gruesome stuff.
Yeah, that had to be like a precursor.
But yeah, a story about 2 plastic surgeons who get in a whole heap of trouble.
Yeah.
Loved it. The Carver season is one of the best, 13, 14 episodes of TV of all time, and then they didn't stick the landing, but that's okay.
I have not watched. I've only seen random episodes that played on FX. But I'm proud of you for that pick, Josh. You stuck to your guns on that one.
I love that show.
I love that show. That pick really set you back, I think, and I really appreciate that.
That's okay. You took BoJack Horseman, for God's sake.
BoJack Horseman is quite a bit more popular than Nip Tuck.
Well, trust me, I've got some classic shows on here, too.
I think every season of BoJack Horseman, aside from season 1, has 100 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Well, that's okay.
It's a great show.
But if you haven't had a chance, go watch Nip Tuck. I think it's on Hulu, I think.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it's on Hulu. Worth a watch.
Okay. Next pick. I have a hard time picking. I don't think I should pick another niche one. If BoJack is niche, I don't think I should do 2 in a row like that. I think that's.
Well, you have quite a bit of shows, even on my list, that hasn't been taken.
That's a little risky if I were to do that. And I'm gonna go with a new banger that is only going to have 3 seasons on purpose because I think that's the way that they drew it out, the series, and the season comes out later this year. Such a wholesome show on Apple TV Plus, and that is Ted Lasso.
They're only making 3 seasons of that.
Yeah.
Really?
If I'm not mistaken, they said it was going to be a 3-season show.
Wow.
They just want to end that. They don't want to drag it on too much.
Okay.
And I don't know one single person that's seen Ted Lasso that does not like it. It's a really great show. If you want to consider it a sitcom with only 2 seasons, I think it's one of the greatest sitcoms of all time.
Cool.
Highly recommend that one. Very seems goofy, not very, very emotionally devastating.
Well,
here we go.
I wanted to watch it, but just haven't.
Very, very easy watch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have an animated show, right?
I do.
SpongeBob SquarePants.
Okay.
Animated to animated
All right.
SpongeBob.
I'll show you. I'll show you after that one.
All right, you go right ahead.
I'll show you. The daggers are coming at knives out.
Uh-oh.
It's not my pick because it's not a TV show. SpongeBob, do you have anything
Should
to
be,
say?
though.
Was SpongeBob just you just picked it because it's SpongeBob?
No, I just picked it because I love SpongeBob.
Because it has a billion seasons. When was the last season you watched, Josh? What was the last season of SpongeBob you watched?
I don't know. I can't even tell you the last episode of SpongeBob I watched, but I love SpongeBob.
Josh. Maybe you should see the quality of some of those.
I can't watch SpongeBob anymore. They're not making any new seasons.
I know it just ended. It ended.
It ended.
After
Good, like 20 years.
100 seasons. It's a heck of a thing, you know.
Shows that shouldn't have got canceled. SpongeBob.
Yeah. So what was that? Your
It was number 8.
eighth pick?
That was my 9.
Okay, ninth pick. Well, my ninth pick is South Park.
Crap.
It's what you get,
Because
Josh.
I was gonna take.
And
South
unlike
Park.
SpongeBob, I have seen most of every South Park episode.
You know what? I'm about to slap you. Slap you silly because you disrespected me.
South Park's very funny, very topical.
I mean, it has to be topical with the way that they make it.
It's stuck with that. Sometimes it does not land, but sometimes I think that's the beauty of a show like that when they take like 3 days to make an episode on a week-to-week basis. Sometimes it's not going to land.
Oh goodness!
I don't love this draft. If I'm not loving my pick, I'm not loving it. I thought I envisioned it different in my head that I was gonna feel good about my cool picks. Then it started to happen. I was like,
I told you.
Game of Thrones.
I was out to win. I told you.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take a wholesome one. I'll take a wholesome one so you don't feel all again like you feel.
I say 20
out.
rounds.
You want to do 20?
How long are we into this episode?
We are already 37 minutes into this episode.
Okay.
You want to do 20?
No, we'll see. We'll see when we get to 15. Okay, we'll see.
Okay.
I don't want to go an hour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. This isn't meant to go an hour.
I will take Hannibal.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
I talked a lot about Hannibal last week, or week before last.
If you're being true to yourself, that should have been a top 3 pick, Josh. If I'm being honest with you. Because I know how much you love that show.
I mean, but I mean, I know you were never going to pick it, so why would I take it that high?
Oh, it's not about stealing. It's about
it is about stealing.
Josh, you're playing the game all wrong.
Oh no,
it's about passion for the show.
It's about winning.
It's about passion of the product.
It's about winning.
Oh no, Josh.
Winning.
Josh, you need a good pep talk.
I'm beating the TV show guy at his own game. That's the mission.
God,
it's a mission.
Do you have anything to say about Hannibal? At the very least,
I said everything I needed to say about Hannibal on the other episode.
God. People didn't listen to that episode.
Well, they need to go back and listen to it, though. Go back to listen to episode 2, the episodes, or the episode where we talked about TV shows we wish it shouldn't have got canceled.
Okay.
And you can hear about Hannibal.
That is okay. Yeah. Yeah. You did talk about.
I did because it was my number 1 pick.
Yeah. So we're.
Why do I have to talk about it again?
We're in round 10, right?
Yes.
I think at this point I'm just screwed, probably.
What was the one that you were going to take from me?
Well, I don't want to say it.
Okay.
I'll still be able to get it around 15, maybe.
I don't think you will.
I don't want it. If I'm being perfectly honest.
I know what it is.
I still want it.
I guarantee I know what it is.
I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm just gonna go with. This is a steal for round 10, but I don't know if the people recognize it. You know what? I don't really care what they think. If I'm being perfectly honest with you, this is a steal. Every season's good. Last season was a little.
What?
I'm going with Fargo, my 10th pick.
Okay.
Fargo's actually a top 10 show for me, so perfectly fine for me picking it in my top 10 show. 3 great seasons and 1 that was okay.
He's gonna try and steal one from me. I know.
I don't think I am now.
Let's see. 11. I'm going to take. I love this show, and for the meme factor, I'm going to take The Mandalorian.
Okay.
As number 11. Was that the one you were going to steal?
No.
Okay.
I was not going to steal that.
The Mandalorian.
Okay.
Grogu.
Cool.
I don't need to say anything else.
I guess it's a popular pick. So
It's not only a popular. I love that show.
That'll get the people back on you after that Nip Tuck pick.
Buddy, I got SpongeBob after that. What are you
I
talking
got
about?
South Park though.
No, I got South Park. Look at me, I'm Caleb. Go ahead.
Okay. Round 11.
Round 11.
Uh-oh.
He's struggling. You can see it in his eyes.
It's got a lot of really good shows right here that I'm just like, I don't know which one to
why
go
don't you
with.
pick one then? Because I guarantee probably the list is shows that I'm not going to
I
pick.
just don't think it'll help me. But like I said, I'm not sure if I care anymore.
Wow.
Sometimes it's about quality, you know. And this show is a banger and a half. Super unique. Donald Glover's Atlanta. Going with Atlanta for my next pick. Love the show. More people should watch it. I still don't think it's really caught on to the public because maybe it's just not that kind of show. It's like, not to give anything away, it's like a more comedic Atlanta version of Twin Peaks. Mm-hmm. So.
My number 12 pick is The Golden Girls.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Twin Peaks.
Nope. The Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls. The Golden Girls.
The Golden Girls.
Sure, Josh.
Talked about that one too.
God. You talked about that in the
canceled shows. Yes.
It was
it
was so heartbreaking after the amazing several season run of Golden Girls. It was wildly popular, and it did not get canceled.
Oh well.
Did it?
Golden Palace did.
Okay, well, maybe for good reasons, like we said.
Yeah, it wasn't very good, but
Pick 12.
Pick 12.
Pick 12. There's one here that we're just leaving.
We're just hanging?
We're just leaving it hanging. And I'm just like, I never really watched it, but
I'm sure I know what it is.
I don't think I'm gonna pick it either. You know, this next one was
dun, 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 dun.
No, I do not have that on here.
You don't have that on your list. I have it on mine. I'm probably not gonna pick it.
I don't have it on mine. This next one.
No offense, anybody.
God, I just want to.
Just pick it.
Have a good list here.
Just pick it. If it's the one that you think you're going to steal from me, pick it.
No, I don't think you're going to steal this one. You maybe should have thought about it, but yeah, I don't think you're going to steal it. Several season run, really shaped Netflix. Really shaped it. Like made it what it is, and that's Orange. Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, that was on my list.
Yeah, Orange is the New Black.
It was on my list.
Maybe just had like one or two seasons that were mixed, but overall a very good show that changed. I think it really changed streaming. Just did. Like fundamentally did.
Sure.
Made Netflix what it is. So.
I won't argue that. I won't argue that at all.
Yep.
Let's see. Now we're getting to the meat and potatoes of everything. We're getting to the dessert, actually, when you think about it.
The dessert.
I should pick Twin Peaks, but I'm not going to pick Twin Peaks.
That was my argument that I just don't think it would help me, and I
don't think it would help me
and it's
either.
also not one of my favorite shows, so I'd just be like, why would I pick this?
I'm going to take another niche show, actually, for myself. I'm going to pick True Blood.
Okay.
I'm going to pick True Blood.
I've never watched it.
I never, honestly, I kind of fell out of love with the show after a few choices that the show did. I know how it plays out and how it ends and everything, and I still, okay. But, the first four or five seasons of that show I legitimately enjoyed. Like, never missed it. Never missed it when it was on HBO. So, yeah.
Okay.
So, True Blood. You need to watch True Blood. I think you'd like it. Since you're into the Twilight stuff and vampires and all that stuff, I think you'd like it.
So we're this deep into it where we only have three. I only have three more picks
You have
left.
3 picks.
I'm just gonna do me from here on out.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna think about the results. I'm picking Barry as my 13th pick.
Oh, okay.
If I was really true to myself, it probably would have been higher. But it's been 3 seasons, and I think there's just gonna be one more season. One of HBO's all-time great shows.
Okay.
Truly fantastic. Bill Hader and Henry Winkler, the Fonz himself, just killing it. Super dark, wouldn't hardly even consider it a comedy. Very tragic show, very violent. Love it though. The people will know. They'll know.
They'll know.
They'll know.
Well, speaking, so if we're doing so fine. If you want to do the last three picks.
You can do what you want.
No, the last three. If you
I just want to pick cool stuff.
Last two.
You just got 2 picks.
Okay,
yeah.
last 2 picks.
So I don't think we're not going to 20.
You were speaking of the Fonz. I'm going to take Happy Days.
Go for it. I don't care.
I'm just saying.
Do it.
I loved Happy Days when I was a kid.
I don't pick old shows, Josh.
Pick old shows.
No,
if it didn't come out before 2000, I don't care.
I did have like a couple on here that were older, but they're kind of niche shows. I'm like, well, geez. It's like, I don't think the Muppet Show was going to help me that much on this. Nobody watched it.
I put it on my list.
It's on my list. And I love it, but I haven't.
I was
watched
hoping you would pick it.
I haven't watched every season, and I just nobody watches. Nobody goes back and watches that on Disney Plus.
Sure.
So Happy Days. You have nothing to say about it? Just a
I liked Happy Days.
Classic sitcom.
No, I just liked Happy Days when I was a kid. So that's all I really need to say about it.
All right.
If you want to get into it, we can get into it.
You said limited series, right? Was
Sure.
counted.
Sure.
I take back what I said about The Boys. The Boys is not the greatest comic book adaptation of all time. The greatest comic book adaptation of all time is the Watchmen miniseries.
Yeah, I knew you was going to pick that.
Oh my God, incredible!
Still need to watch
and it racked up the awards when award season came. Like, my gosh, amazing. What's up? Maybe my favorite straight. I think there was 9 episodes.
Something like that.
Probably like my favorite singular season of television ever. Maybe loved it.
What?
Would you like a recap before your final pick?
Sure. Recap. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Scream it out, Nancy.
Scream it out, Nancy.
So, Josh, you have Breaking Bad, The Office, The Leftovers, Game of Thrones, The Boys, Parks and Rec, Stranger Things, Nip Tuck, SpongeBob, Hannibal, The Mandalorian, The Golden Girls, True Blood, and Happy Days.
God, that was a lot.
And Caleb,
Sorry.
you have
It's good picks.
The Sopranos, The Wire, Community, Better Call Saul, Always Sunny in Philadelphia, Schitt's Creek, BoJack Horseman, Ted Lasso, South Park, Fargo, Atlanta, Orange is the New Black, Barry, and The Watchmen.
Okay. After hearing those like that, I kind of fear this is going to be closer than I think.
I mean, I don't mean, truthfully, I do not mean this in an elitist way. If we're just judging on Facebook, you will win. You just will. I think you will. But if it somehow got broader and reached more people, it would be really close.
I think that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, because I know
because there's a lot of stuff on there that like the film talk and like Twitter people will be like, oh, Caleb's got Watchmen and Barry in Atlanta.
Right.
So
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Maybe this would be something that we will do and then revisit at some point.
Maybe,
because if we can get a broader audience.
Maybe this last pick changes everything.
Ooh.
Not likely.
Ooh.
I gotta make it count.
I'll tell you what. Go ahead.
You want me to go ahead?
Go ahead.
Because there's no way I'll steal your pick.
I'll let you have it.
Okay.
You can snake draft on the last one.
My last pick of the draft is Arrested Development. Don't care if it has a bad last season. That show is still one of the greatest sitcoms of all time.
I hate you because that's what my pick was going to be.
Yeah, was it really, Josh?
No, because I didn't even put that on the list.
Hey, the first 3 seasons they speak for themselves.
All right. 15 for me. Let's see here. Do I want to... You know what? Sure. Home Improvement.
Jesus.
Home Improvement.
Huh? That's my reaction to that. Home Improvement? Really?
That is the soundbite right there.
Jeez. Really?
That's
what
teaser.
A left field pick. Home Improvement. What is going through your mind right now?
I love Home Improvement, dude.
Josh just gave up at the end.
No, I legitimately love Home Improvement.
Watch when we vote.
Always have.
When we start voting, the comments like, oh man, I love Home Improvement, brother. Like, oh really?
He's just mad. He's mad now.
I'm not. Listen,
I'm mad.
I'm not mad that you picked Home Improvement.
You're mad. You're mad because you're gonna lose.
Listen, if I had a top 200 shows, Home Improvement would never show up on it.
Dude, I like Home Improvement. I don't care. It's 2023.
So,
I'm going to start doing the things that I want.
I'll give you this. That was a heck of a way to end the draft. Is with Home Improvement.
Let's see some of the shows we left off.
Yeah, okay.
So on my list, I have Friends. Now these are just in order that I had. I had Friends, The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Left that one off. Dexter, 24, Saturday Night Live, Family Matters, Full House, The Walking Dead, Deadwood, Twin Peaks, House, Letterkenny, Malcolm in the Middle. There's a show, an animated show on Disney called Owl House, which I highly suggest everybody goes and watches because it's not an animated show for kids.
Yeah,
it's targeted toward kids, but it ain't for kids.
A little more mature.
Andy Griffith. I didn't know if game shows would count, but I had Jeopardy on my list because I do love me some Jeopardy.
I probably would have. I would have argued not. Would have not accounted.
The Simpsons, The Muppet Show, and Grey's Anatomy.
Okay, I had Twin Peaks, Mad Men, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Seinfeld, The Muppet Show, Key and Peele, Nathan For You, Freaks and Geeks, Succession, Dark, Love, Baskets, Mr. Robot, Black Mirror, Fleabag, Friday Night Lights, and The Simpsons. Got a lot of bangers. Mad Men, I think we will catch flack for not having Mad Men.
Probably, but we've never seen it. I've never seen it.
And I still very much contemplate putting it on here because I just know how well loved it is. But I've only seen like an episode of it.
I do want to watch it though.
Very surprised Twin Peaks didn't make this at all.
Well, here's the thing. People know my love for Twin Peaks. The place we're recording in right now is full of Twin Peaks stuff.
Yeah.
But I was in it to win it. Okay.
Yeah.
And not to mention the fact
until the end.
I've literally put Twin Peaks and talked about Twin Peaks in every single episode so far, except for the last one. So.
I don't know about that, Josh. Did you get it? That was a Home Improvement reference.
Oh my God.
Did you get it? That was a Home Improvement reference because you picked that as your last pick of the draft. Okay.
So what you're saying is that my pick is like the Yokozuna pick that Nathan had forever ago. I know that's an inside.
I don't
joke
even
between
understand
you and me.
that.
Oh my God! I'll tell you when we go
okay. That's above me. I don't know about that.
The people that know will know.
Okay.
Anyway,
that's
so do we? That's the end of the draft. Do we want to go down through them one more time?
No.
Okay.
No,
all right.
Absolutely not.
Well, Caleb, that's the draft as we had. Do you want to go ahead and pick the topic for next week?
We've already said that we're going to put this up on socials.
Yes, we're going to put Nancy, who does all of our photography editing and all of our graphics and all of that mumbo jumbo, is going to put these lists into 2 separate little pictures and put a thumb or a heart on it or whatever to put up on Mr. Luther's Facebook, since he does all of the tournaments and things. Yeah. And you people are going to get to vote on which one you think is the best list. And then next week,
and I might even do it on TikTok if possible.
Next week we'll tally up everything and we'll see who won the draft.
Yeah, we'll see. Don't care that much though, but I do a lot though.
Now Nancy mixed those up earlier.
Okay,
so
I'm gonna draw.
You can just pick. You can just pick one. Fingers crossed, it's a good one.
We will redraw. Make no mistake about it.
No, we don't redraw.
Whoa, you just wait.
We don't redraw. Oh God.
Woohoo! It's a banger. 80s albums.
Cool. All right.
Wow.
All right. So 80s
That's a
albums.
good one.
Yeah. So
thank God.
We're just gonna. Oh, thank God. What do you mean? Thank God.
I'm thinking every time we pick a good one, we've picked nothing but good ones so far.
I know.
You know.
So next week we will find out who the winner of this draft contest is, I guess.
Yeah.
Caleb, where can people find us?
They can find us on Facebook just by typing in chat from a hat. Same thing goes for Instagram and Twitter. And no TikTok, but maybe eventually. And obviously you can stream us on any place where you can stream podcasts. And that includes the place that you're streaming us right now, even if that is YouTube. We have our shows on YouTube.
We have everything on YouTube as well. So we hope you take the time to vote on this draft episode and make sure you pick which list you like. Make sure you vote for me so I can just beat him in his own game. And we will talk to you next week about 80s albums. I guess we're just going to talk about any 80s album that we really, really like.
I'm just going to make a list of what I think.
Same.
Not necessarily like a chronology, like a list like 1, 2, 3, just random. Random list of my favorite albums from the 80s. Yeah.
Cool. All right, so we will see you all next week talking about our favorite 80s albums. Thank you for listening to Chat from a Hat. I'm Josh Brown.
I'm Caleb Luther.
And we will talk to you next week.